My husband's already been in the kitchen making stuff. Alright, so my morning routine. I'm going to do some journaling. I'm going to do some stretching. I'm going to do some reading, some other things, and I have some stuff to get ready. So I think we're going to talk. I'm going to show you just a little bit of each thing. I do 10-15 minutes worth of just regular stretching. I'm going to show you little bits and clips, and then we're going to talk about how changing my morning routine to fit me has really helped me, and a few other things. Junk mail. Okay. Hair. Yeah. It's gorgeous out here. It's warm, sunny. Yeah. So every day in the morning, I do it before. Sometimes I do it before I get ready, and sometimes I do it after I get ready. Sometimes it's when I go check the mail. Sometimes it's first thing in the morning. Sometimes I do it both times. But I always make sure to get outside for at least a few minutes. Tuesday I had junk mail. Today I have a coupon, 2 coupons. Sometimes I come out and I water my plants, but we've had so much rain that I don't need to really water my plants. Now we're back to having humid weather, and it's sunny, but it's humid. So it's chillier in the house. So I'm going to go back in, and I'll see y'all with the coffee chat. Instant rock star. Just add coffee. My morning routine has taken me a while to develop. Not only have I tried to incorporate what some other people have done that seems to have worked, things like Julia Cameron's morning pages, The Miracle Morning, and quite a few other suggestions. I have this book that I got upon a recommendation from one of my YouTube subscribers called Daily Rituals. And I have read the bulk of this book, and it is a really interesting book. It is about people's daily rituals, all different kinds of people, famous people, writers, artists, musicians, creative people. But the one thing I was doing wrong was not fitting things into my routine that were more me. I've been doing Julia Cameron's morning pages, or trying to do them the way that she does them, for quite a couple of years now. Actually, more like a few years. And sometimes it works and other times it doesn't. Sometimes I end up writing evening pages. And when I write evening pages, I feel guilty because I didn't get to morning pages. Or I didn't get to morning pages first thing in the morning. What happens is this anxiety over my morning routine because I feel like I'm doing it wrong. But in order to have a creative life that suits me, I have to have a routine that suits me. I decided to take my focus away from trying to do what other people were doing and fit those things that other people were doing into what really worked for me. So I changed my morning routine up. I changed my evening routine, and that seems to be working so much better. But there are some core things that have to do with the morning routine, and I figured those things out once I let go of my need to fit my morning routine. This is what I have found that works for me. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I want to do so that I can move around is stretch. I need to do 10 to 20 minutes depending on the weather because of arthritis and tendonitis and fibromyalgia. So that's what I do. The first thing, I start before I even get out of bed and I do stretches. And like I said, it really depends on how I feel. Some mornings I need to do 20 minutes worth of stretching, and some mornings I only do 10 minutes worth of stretching. And I start with really light, normal stretches just to get my body up and about and out of the bed. And then once I get out of the bed, I do more stretches. It's what I consider to be baby yoga or beginner yoga. I'm just stretching to get my body ready for the day and so that I can move properly. The stretching is actually good for my mind as well and my spirit. The mind, the body, and the spirit are what I really have to concentrate on in the morning to get my day headed in the right direction. If you ever have one of those days where everything goes wrong, well, usually those days for me are when I'm jerked out of the bed because of the alarm or because of a phone call or something like that, something that's not part of my regular routine. I prefer to wake up naturally. I prefer to get up on my own. And I've found that trying to get to bed and in the bed and asleep by midnight works the best for me. I'm actually more of a night owl. But because I have a creative life and I work from home and Mr. Rockstar's schedule shifts, sometimes I end up late. I have days where I just can't concentrate and my mind is like all over the place because I'm thinking about all of those things. And I've learned an evening routine that actually helps quiet that. Now I'm having less days go wrong, less evenings go wrong. One of the Let's start with the morning routine and we'll go to the evening routine because I will end up rambling and getting distracted and forgetting something if I don't go in the proper order. My morning routine, when I get up after I've done my stretches, I go to the bathroom. I do the bodily functioning like going to pee because that's important. You need to relieve your kidneys. I wash my face. Well, I wash my hands after I pee. Then I wash my face and I brush my teeth and I floss and I rinse my mouth out with this Listerine that's new for sensitivity for gums. After I've done that, I go into the kitchen and I start the coffee. Once I've started the coffee, I'll go either into the living room and I'll sit on the floor in the living room and I'll do like 10 minutes worth of meditation. Meditation is really hard for me. If I can hear the birds singing instead of the planes flying, I can meditate all on my own. If I can't hear the birds in nature, sometimes I'll go out in the outside and I'll meditate. But sometimes if it's bad weather or if there are no birds singing or the planes are going crazy, I will actually come in and put on some kind of meditation music or meditation video or something like that. One of the other things I found is that once I get my coffee and I have my coffee and I've done my meditation and I've done my stretching and I've done my wash my face, brush my teeth, that kind of thing. I'm still in pajamas at this point. I'll come and I'll sit down right here. This is my no social media desk. I will write what's called scribe from the Miracle Morning, and I will write an affirmation or sometimes a quote as well. I will sometimes pull an oracle card. Sometimes R1 pulls an oracle card. and I watch her videos sometimes on Facebook Live and sometimes on Patreon. Otherwise, like I will pull, usually this is the Oracle card I pull, and then I also have what are called Namaste Blessing cards, and those are right here. So I pull those, and those cards are affirmation cards, really. They're beautiful cards. So let's pull one for this morning. And I do the same thing that I do with oracle cards. And these are not necessarily divination. So don't, for those of you who are like, oh, tarot cards, these aren't tarot cards. These are blessing, divination cards. I love them. They're affirmations for the morning, for the day. So this is the back side and that gorgeous artwork. And this is the front side. A blessed time. The path is clear and all obstacles have vanished. Your time of waiting is over, so proceed with confidence. The challenges you have faced were essential, but there's a perfect time for everything. Now is your perfect time to be blessed by the universe. So you could replace universe with God or whatever your preference is, but I love these cards. They're very spiritual in context to me. So I pull the card, I write the card down in my notebook. I'll actually use that card for tomorrow, and will write that down. I'll pick a quote. I have this book called The Almanac, A Daily Dose of Wonder. And so today is the 30th, and it has a daily soul vitamin. And today's daily soul vitamin says, lack of activity destroys the good condition of every human being, while movement and methodical physical exercise save it and preserve it. Plato. And then it goes on and it says, toast of the day. Here's to the feeling right after a strenuous workout. And she goes on to give some observances. Happy birthday to the different people who've had birthdays on today's date. She also gives any national or holidays. Like today is actually National Senior Health and Fitness Day. And then she calls what's called aphrodisiacs. Use one or more of the quotes from Mel Blanc characters in a dialogue and another character unrelated to the Warner Brothers cartoons. Starter fluid, late at night. She gives you doses of cartoon mirth from Mel Blanc. Great horny toads, a trespasser getting footy prints all over my desert. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. I say, that boy's about as sharp as a pound of wet liver. I wonder if that silly duck will remember that he can fly. Nope, I guess not. Watch out for that first step, Mac. It's a Lulu. What's up, Doc? You're despicable. And then she goes on to give you what's called journal juju. For health and fitness related journaling, write about what it might mean to find the breath within the breath in yoga, meditation, or just in general. If you were a cartoon character, what might you say regularly? And then at the very bottom of the page, it says, today I get 2. And usually that's my one thing I'd like to do for myself. And I'll write that down. And so usually my little tiny bit of art is whatever picture she has drawn or whatever else comes to mind if I don't particularly resonate with the picture she has on the page. I just started this. I got this from Thrift Books for $3 and some change. If y'all are interested in Thrift Books, you can find really great deals on pre-loved books. There is a link down below. It is a reward link, so if you sign up for Thrift Books, you get a discount. I get a discount. It works really great. I sit right here with my candle and I journal. And then sometimes in the morning, my Patreon people get to see I have different lotions. And I start out sometimes in the morning when I sit here and I get ready. Sometimes I forget. I'll put some lotion on my hands. Usually it's something that smells really good, because at my age, it's really important to stay moisturized and to take care of your skin. And one of the few things I do for myself, usually people get these for me for Christmas, is have some kind of smell good lotion. My daughter got me, hold on a second. My daughter got me this. It's called Soap and Glory. This is the Righteous Butter. It's the very dry skin formula. And this, to me, it smells like pink lemonade, grapefruit. It smells like not like it smells almost like a fruit cocktail, but a fruit cocktail with pink lemonade. It smells like morning and sunshine is what it smells like to me. But sometimes I'll use this one. Sometimes I'll use this one. If my hands are really dry, I actually use this one, which is why I don't have a whole lot. Yeah, I've actually used quite a bit of it. That's one of the things that I do. How your day starts can definitely determine how your day goes. So I try to do some little things that are self-care things as part of what I consider to be my morning ritual. My morning ritual doesn't last like for a specific amount of time. I start with those priority things like the stretches and the meditation and the getting outside. I get outside and I get some sunshine and some fresh air and I get a little bit of other kind of exercise other than stretching. I will go check the mail. If the mail hasn't run yet, I'll go walk around the yard. I'll feed the birds. We have a bird feeder, and I go out and make sure that there's bird feed in there and the seeds, and I will throw some seeds around for the squirrels and things like that. And I'll just kind of walk around the yard and get some fresh air and some sunshine. If it's raining, I'll still do a little bit of that. I'll just take an umbrella. Getting outside, no matter what the weather is, if I'm able to, always makes me feel better and it makes me have a more positive day. It puts me in a good mindset. One of the things I don't do until I'm done with most of my morning routine is get on social media. That's why most of the time you don't really see me on social media until about 11 or 12 o'clock in the day, because that's usually when I'm wrapping up editing videos or filming the video. I will sometimes film the video and then I'll get on social media, check my email and stuff while the footage imports. And then I get off of social media for a while and then I'm editing. And every now and again I'll catch things that pop up under the notifications. But most of the time during the day I will pre-schedule posts sometimes. And other things like that. But I don't do a lot of social media until I have a break from my priority things. And my priority things are usually filming and editing. And I need to write a blog post for this week. I'm behind with that. I was doing pretty good. Now I'm down to one blog post a week again. I need to get a little bit better about that. But there isn't a routine that's one size fits all. My morning pages are no longer every single day trying to do the stream of consciousness the way that Julia Cameron describes them. I do those some mornings. Some mornings I start with the affirmation and then I go and I write my morning pages more stream of consciousness. Sometimes I start with stream of consciousness and I write and then I add the affirmation and the other things. It really depends on what I feel I need when I get up in the morning and I get ready to do my scribe work. Once I get some of that done, I either take a shower at night before or I take a shower in the mornings. I don't wash my hair every day because it is naturally curly and it will get extremely dry if I try to wash it every day. So I don't try to wash it every day. I wash it every like 3 or 4 days. Once I've got some of this stuff done, depending on whether I need to film my face or not, depends on whether I put on makeup. I usually do get dressed for the day. There's like 1 or 2 days maybe on occasion, maybe 1 day a week, maybe on a bad week, 2 days a week where I actually stay in pajamas. Most of the time though, I get up and I get dressed once I've done some of my morning routine because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel like, okay, it's time to really get going with those priorities, those things that I need to get done. If I were to be filming YouTube videos and Patreon videos in pajamas, I wouldn't feel like it was real work. I wouldn't feel like it was a real job. And this is my creative job, and it makes me feel better and more professional, more accountable whenever I get dressed. Now that's not to say that I don't have on flip-flops or bedroom slippers, but I usually do try to get dressed. Usually I have on jeans or a pair of shorts or a pair of capri pants, something that you would wear to work on Casual Friday. When you wake up in the morning, once you do your stretches, your physical activity, and your meditation, I think if you give yourself a few minutes to think about, instead of think about all those to-do that you have on your list for the day, think about what your main focus, your main priority is, and you tackle that first. Eat the frog, so to speak. I think it's important to have some kind of nutrition other than, say, coffee or hot tea in the morning. I do drink a glass of water in the morning, and then in between my cups of coffee, I usually have a cup of juice. Usually drink a small cup of juice. I'll drink a glass of water when I get up in the morning. I make coffee. I finish that glass of water. I take my vitamins, and then I drink some coffee, and then I try to drink some water, or I'll drink some green tea. Usually when I eat breakfast, I used to be a breakfast person. I had to eat breakfast. Now that I'm older, I need a light breakfast. So I will usually eat something like a banana or an apple or a bagel. Sometimes I'll make myself a breakfast burrito with a spinach wrap, and I'll scramble some eggs and put a tiny bit of salsa in there. And I usually have breakfast. It's more like brunch because I can't eat breakfast when I first get up in the morning. It makes me nauseated now. But that used to be my main meal. I also try to find a way to slide in something that will make me more happy, positive, that will give me that kind of mindset for the day. Not more happy, happier. That will give me that mindset for the day. So that's why the affirmation is important. A quote is important. I also try to write down some gratitude stuff because that mindset really helps me have a more productive, positive day. The more positive I can be, the more productive I can be, the more focused I can be, the better my day is going to go. One of the other things is something that energizes me, and all of this has to do, all of this goes hand in hand. So anything that energizes me would be something like getting outside, getting some sunshine, some fresh air. Meditation energizes me. The stretching, physical activity and mental activity are what energize me. So if I can calm my brain with meditation, and then I can work on the positive stuff with the affirmations and the morning pages, my kind of morning pages, and then I can get outside, get some fresh air, get a little bit of exercise, feed the birds. I love feeding the birds, y'all. I love like watching the animals, the squirrels and the birds and stuff in the backyard. I love hearing the birds chirp. It's like music to me. Those things energize me. And the last thing I'd say is that you need some kind of spiritual or emotional connection in the morning, something that fills your spirit. The affirmations from these blessing cards do that for me. The meditation does that. The gratitude does that for me. Mr. Rockstar calling me sometimes in the mornings does that for me. He doesn't call me every morning. It depends on how busy he is. But it helps. It helps me with my mindset, and it just feels good. Okay. Make sure we're recording here. So while I've been waiting for some of the stuff to save and import, I've actually been cleaning. This is what I do. This is my routine here. Yeah, the counter got cleaned off. I have done most of the dishes and cleaned up. So yeah. This is one of my favorite parts. I could see the backyard and the picnic table and stuff from there, and I enjoy watching the animals play and stuff while I'm doing dishes, cooking. So this is my kitchen, and we have a very small kitchen. We have a very small kitchen. This is where my kitchen starts. Excuse the pile of laundry. I'm about to get to that. I just sorted through. There's a comforter. But this is my kitchen. It is quite small. So yeah, the kitchen is quite small. Yeah, let's get out of here and let's see what's going on with the computer. Okay, so this is my room. I really like how I have the room set up. Okay, so I'm about to put all of the video together. I have the computer up and ready. I have my journal over there and my planners right behind me on the no social media desk. I'm going to get some things done. It's going to be a long day. I have a lot of stuff to do. And I have some filming to do for Patreon. I have a chat with a patron. this afternoon, and yeah, there's a lot going on, and I still need to run to the store. So got a lot to do. I think my routine is actually working pretty well because what I usually do is get the work part done. Sometimes that includes journaling. And then if it doesn't include journaling, then after I get it ready, and sometimes when it's uploading or saving, rendering, that kind of thing, whatever, I will do some journaling and do some more filming while that stuff is doing. Earlier, I just went and did some dishes while some footage was saving and importing. So, I look white, ghostly. Ooh, yeah, not so good. Okay, so I have some stuff to do. I'm going to get some work done. I have the computer up and ready. I'm going to be saving all of this footage together, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. My morning routine changes very little. My daily routine changes quite a bit, but most of what I'm doing all depends on how I feel in the morning and whether I need an extra boost of energy, whether I need some extra stretching, whether I need some extra coffee, different things like that. So sometimes I go outside more than one time a day, actually usually quite a bit. I take walks around the yard, like I said. I go to the mailbox. I take walks in the neighborhood. I do a lot of walking in spurts, and then sometimes in the evenings I do a 1 to 3 mile walk in the neighborhood, and that feels really good. I enjoy that. Lately we've had a lot of rain, so I've been doing my walking in here to one of the videos. So I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Make sure you hit like, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the little bell notification, and you can check out the links in the description. Bye, y'all.